Hello, welcome to Quad Radio as we come to you for round number 3, just prior to the General GNCC in Aonia Pass, Washington, Georgia. We're with the 75-time GNCC winner and, of course, 6-time GNCC champion, what we call the winningest GNCC racer of all time. We created a new word for him, but he has the most wins of any GNCC racer, ATV or motorcycle, at 75 wins. And we're talking about none other than Chris Borich, one of the original Killer Bees. And Chris, man, welcome to Quad Radio. I know you've been on here several different times since 2012, and we've talked about so many different things, so much hype and so many great things in the high part of the career and the low parts of the career. And it's just good to see you back out here again, 2020, fresh new season, a fresh new look to you, and a fresh new opportunity, it looks like, as we approach it.
Yeah, definitely glad to be back on the Quad Radio. Like you said, 2020, we got a whole new look here with the Phoenix Honda Racing Team and on a Honda. It's been years since we've been on one of those, but we did a bunch of testing on the off season with it, and obviously me and David Eller seen eye to eye and worked out a deal, and here we are with Phoenix Honda Racing. So we're looking forward to it.
It's a pretty spectacular thing. I know Honda, you were with Suzuki for a long time, and before that you were on the Honda, so Honda's nothing really new as far as the program is concerned for you.
No, definitely not. We've been with, we were on Honda since, I think, up till 07, and then we went to the Suzuki, got a factory deal for 08, 09, and then obviously stopped making the bikes, and I just kind of stayed there, just knowing the bike, and basically they gave me a huge opportunity with the support, so I felt like I kind of owed them for me to run that long with it. And I was hoping they were going to bring a bike back, but didn't see anything coming anytime soon, so went a different route. Tried the Yam for a little bit, didn't work out for me, and then back to Suzuki, and then obviously back on a Honda now. That's
a lot of changing and bumping around. I know we've talked about the deal with the Yamaha on several different occasions. I mean, no sense in beating the dead horse there. But I mean, being in this, being on the Honda program, number one, that's a choice you'd made before you even made the deal with Phoenix, I guess, right?
Yeah, I built one probably 2 or 3 years ago. Really liked it, but just couldn't see, I don't know, basically financially swinging it to do it on my own. And then this year coming in after Ironman, I was actually building one over the summer break to try to run the last 4 on one, just to see what it was about, at least one of them, but just never got it done. And then got it built, liked it, and like I said, talked to the Phoenix guys and worked something out, and here we are on a Honda, and it's got really good support. So we just need to obviously get some more testing in with everything, and be good to go.
And people got to understand. I mean, honestly, I'm really impressed with what you've done, with what you have. I know a lot of the ins and outs of what's going on with the program, and to know the whole story is even more impressive. You know what I mean? With how you guys are going about having to basically build this program from the ground up. I mean, Honda's Phoenix is an ATV-based program on the motocross side of the world. Their GNCC program is dedicated to the bikes. They know nothing other than they've got a couple of riders that race GNCC and ATV motocross. I mean, you're really other than Andrew on the team on the bike side, you're really the only true blue GNCC guy on the team. And coming in, I mean, it's components, they don't know what necessarily they need, what settings and things like that. So I mean, you've got a lot on your shoulders coming into this program.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when I seen the operation and we were talking, I seen Hetrick feel the way it looked and the way his bike was presented and all the nuts and bolts, and I was like, wow, like definitely want to be part of this team. Just seeing that, and then like you said, it's definitely a little bit, not say struggle, but just different. You know what I mean? They're used to the motocross. They don't know too much about the cross country side. So hopefully, I'm here to guide them and can see what I'm doing, and obviously I can look at their bikes and tell them what to do and try to help out the team. So, but yeah, so it's a learning experience. But yeah, for first round 1 and 2, like, we had little issues, just stupid ones, but that's what basically kept us off the podium at round 1, and then round 2 there in Florida, we just had some major issues with clutch plate. Ended up 2 clutch plates broke, and just couldn't. I didn't think I was going to finish, so I just had to basically put it in limp mode and limp her in and get our points. So.
What was your final at finish it?
7th.
Wow. See, again, I mean, impressive. I mean, people just don't understand. I mean, especially, I mean, that's great.
Obviously, we're looking for more. I mean, we're not a top 10 rider. We're definitely a top 5 or a top 3 rider. But for the situations that I was put in and how to overcome them, normal day for me probably would have DNF, but kind of learned how to baby it and ride it and make it to the finish and just gather a couple points. So we were able to do that.
That's impressive, and like we say, I mean, this program is building, and it's something that I mean, whether you were by yourself or whether you're working with a team, you know, you had to rebuild the program on the Honda, based on the Honda regardless. And here's another new aspect to you know, anytime we've ever talked before, I mean, we've never talked team. The word team has never come up unless we were talking about somebody else, basically.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've never been part of a team. The only team thing I did have was the factory Suzuki thing, and I basically did that on my own. And this is kind of in a realm about the same thing. Like, I'm actually working on my bike myself and doing all the wrenching. But yeah, to be a part of the team on Pro Row, those guys helping out in the pits, to give me advice on what they do to, like, say, the moto bikes, and then me helping them with the cross country stuff, like trying to set suspension up and stuff. So I think it's working out really well. So I'm really happy with how things are going. And like I said, hopefully this is a home for me. And like I said, love the Honda. I've always liked it. I probably still would have been on one until Suzuki came on board. But yeah, so we're back. We're fixing the little bugs that I haven't been around for years on the Honda, and we'll work through it.
That's great. A lot of changes in your life, a lot of accomplishments. We're talking with the 6-time GNCC champion, Chris Borich. And Quad Radio will return with more right after this.
XC Parts Solutions is now available trackside at all GNCCs. Open Friday, noon till 6, Saturday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. XC Parts Solutions is a Moose Racing and Parts Unlimited dealer with a great inventory of Moose Racing products along with needed parts for bikes and quads. If you need raincoats, they got them. Umbrellas, they got them. Elephant ears for those mud races, they got them. Dry erase boards and markers, they have those too. Come by for a great deal on a great selection of Moose goggles and tear-offs used by a number of GNCC racers, located on Vendor Row next to the Moose Racing Transporter. XC Parts Solutions can take orders at the track, and it can be shipped right to your house. Late need orders for in-stock products received before noon on Wednesdays can be picked up at the track. Email xcpartsolutions@gmail.com, on Instagram @xcparts, or give them a call at 931-854-1100 or 931-261-2004. And don't forget, all racers will receive rider support pricing from XC Parts Solutions.
Hi, I'm Walker Fowler, and this is a DP brake rotor. And these are DP brake pads. Larry Mills and DP Brakes have been a part of my program for over a decade. Recently, we completed the Heartland Challenge, a 10-hour ATV endurance race that is not only physically demanding, but demanding on my machine and my parts. That is why we choose DP brake pads. At the end of the race, we had 0 brake failures, and they looked brand new. If you aren't using DP brakes, what's stopping you? Literally.
Did you know you can save up to 25% and receive free shipping on great AMSOIL products with their preferred customer program? AMSOIL also has special pricing arrangements and free shipping for commercial accounts such as trucking companies, loggers, landscapers, and businesses like yours. Or if you have a business and would like to begin selling AMSOIL products, you could qualify to participate in the AMSOIL Retail Account program. You could become an independent AMSOIL dealer and build and grow your own profitable businesses. For more information, call John Coffey, your full-service AMSOIL dealer, at 877-694-4763 and leave him a message. John Coffey and AMSOIL, your first call for synthetics.
Hi, this is Stephanie from JSR Moto Designs. JSR Moto Designs specializes in replacement Nerf bar nets for all makes and models that can be fully customizable to your needs. Our custom apparel can be specifically designed for your race team. We can help make what you wear personal on and off the track, including embroidered or printed hoodies, jackets, t-shirts, hats, jersey lettering, butt patches, and more. Check us out at jsrmotodesigns.com or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Quad Radio would like to say thanks to the D6 Ultimate Quad Series for their support and continued efforts in growing the sport at the grassroots level. Be sure and check them out on their Facebook page and show up at one of these great races. Quad Radio would like to say thanks to the New England ATV Motocross Series for their continued support of Quad Radio and for supporting quad racing at the grassroots level. Be sure and check out their Facebook page and their website and a race.
Hi, this is Joel Jansen from Jansen Motorsports. We've been building quads for over 25 years, and now we have stepped up our engine program to a whole new level with 5-axis CNC heads available. Please contact us for details at 920-766-3411. Thank you very much.
And welcome back to Quad Radio. Rodney Thoma along with Chris Borich, Mr. Six-Time here in the GNCC racing world. And of course, we've talked a whole lot about the new efforts here with the Phoenix Racing Honda team. And of course, that's big news for Chris. But, you know, Chris has got a lot of things going on. And Chris, you know, one thing we haven't talked about, you know, we talked about how your finishes were. But, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, you know, talk a little bit about the first couple of rounds. I mean, here we are. We come into Georgia, or excuse me, South Carolina, and you know, we didn't know what was going to be happening with that one, with the rain and all the rumors and everything. But man, it turned out to be a perfect racetrack and just great race day that day.
Yeah, for sure. So we started the season out with fourth. We got fourth in South Carolina there. It was a good day. We had a bad start, worked our way up through the front, and then ended up having some brake issues. Brakes were just fading in and out, and look at this.
There she is.
There's my baby. There's my little girl. But yeah, we worked through it and ended up with a fourth, so we were happy with that. I mean, we battled McClure right to the finish. We basically came across the finish line side by side, so it was pretty cool doing that. And then obviously Florida is usually one of my strong points, and we're down here all winter in Florida training, and just like I said, little malfunction there with a clutch, had a plate break, and just had to baby it in for a 7th. So not the start to the season what we really wanted. We wanted some podiums and some wins, but we'll take that and move on here to Georgia now.
So what are you looking for out of Georgia? I mean, you've not had much time to recoup and prepare for what's going on here in you know, round 3. I mean, it's coming up quick.
Yeah, no, I mean, weeks pretty quick. I mean, we got the bike prepped and ready to go right away, and then did some suspension testing and figured out what happened to the clutch, so we got that squared away, and put the work in the past week with working out and trying to ride. So we're here in Georgia. Didn't think we were going to be here. Like you said, weather-wise was not looking good, and then obviously this coronavirus and all that stuff, we were hearing rumors that we might get shut down, but hopefully we get the race and go out there and put a show on for these guys.
Chris, obviously with 75 wins, you've been around for a while, 37 years old now, right?
Yep.
and not even thinking about retirement. And I'm not even wanting people to think about it, that we're even talking about that. But man, you've been around for a long time as far as GNCC. I mean, you've grown up in this series. You've got your little girl.
Yep.
I mean, that's just great. I mean, seeing her come up and run up to you like that, and I mean, I can see how I guess the focuses in your life has changed a lot over the course of the years.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, I'm still here having fun and wanting to do good, obviously win races. And like I said, if I'm not having fun, I'll be done. But still enjoying it, love coming here, and obviously seeing my little girl run around and have fun and put a smile on her face. And every time I start my quad up, she's always running up to me and wanting to go for a little ride. So that's what motivates me to get up in the morning and do my thing and work out and come here and race. And like I said, put a show on for people. So, but yeah, other than that, we're just living life, having fun. It's pretty cool. Like I said, having a little baby girl. She wish I'd have done it sooner. I mean, like I said, I don't know, we were cruising around the other day. I took her for a ride in the truck, and we were just, I look in the back and I see her just smiling in there, and it just, I don't know, it's pretty cool. So.
It is, and what's really neat, all your friends, all your racing friends, like Chad Ween and Joel and everybody, you guys all have kids about the same age, it seems like.
Yeah, Chad's 2 months earlier than it's us, and then Hetrick's got one month after us. So it's they're all right in the same ballpark.
You guys get a chance to hang out much together? I know you and Chad in the years past have trained a lot together. Is that something you've done off season 2?
No, not too much. I mean, we've seen each other at the tracks and rode together. I mean, there's nothing that, I mean, no hard feelings or anything like that. Just he's kind of doing his own thing with training kids from overseas and doing that. But Danica and Lakin's been over to the house, and they go to the beach while we're out riding. So it's kind of nice that Callie gets somebody to hang out with while we're down in Florida. It's not too often you got somebody close to you that you can go hang out with. So and then once we get home, she has a big family at home with a couple kids, so she gets to hang out with. So it's good.
That's good. Nice normal lifestyle.
Yep.
With a dad that's got I'm sure a pretty busy lifestyle with training and living and everything. How long have you been doing this?
Well, probably 22 years, I'd say.
Really?
Right, roughly.
And I mean, here we are, 2020. You know, I remember when I was a kid, when we thought about 2020, we always thought we'd be in flying cars and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm a little bit older than you. I don't know. I mean, what did you think? I mean, look back when you first started this. I mean, 2020. Did you see yourself here still, or even as an elite rider, one of the best racers in the world in history?
No, never thought of it. I mean, when we started racing, I just wanted to race against my dad. He used to race sprint cars, and then he moved on to the ATVs, found out about the GNCC series, and he raced one before I did. And yeah, I was like, I want to race my dad. So we raced race B class together and had fun, and I was able to win a championship there, and went to A, won that, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm halfway decent. And Mom and Dad put a lot into me over to, I mean, that's who got me to where I'm at today. Like I said, I can't thank my Mom and Dad enough for that. And yeah, just one thing led to another, win, and put my mind to it. And once I put my mind to something, we accomplished a lot. And yeah, we're still here.
You're a ball of fire, man. There's no doubt about it. I mean, obviously your first target was Bill Balance, but I mean there was a lot of people that you had to go through to get to Bill Balance in that day, because I mean Bill 9 championships. That was he had a very guarded program. He was very tough to beat, and I mean it wasn't an easy process to learn how to win a GNCC. And on top of learning to win a GNCC, and that's what people, you hear that a lot, but that's what you got to learn how to win a race. But not only do you have to learn how to win a race, but you got to learn how to beat Bill Balance.
Yeah, it's not just going out there and being the fastest person. I think I probably had the fastest, like the speed to smoke them, but was just putting everything together, and that's where he was super smart. He had really smart racecraft on how to manage himself throughout the race, the 2-hour race, where I'd just be holding her wide open, ping-ponging off of trees, wadding it up, picking myself back up, breaking something, and he was just cruising along. So yeah, it's just not getting on the bike and going fast. It's a whole racecraft figuring out how to do it.
So talk a little bit, I mean, what was it like? I mean, what was your hunger and fire like? I mean, what was it like coming to the races whenever you were chasing Bill like that?
I just wanted to beat him. It was just go home and work our butt off and come and just try to put down, just be smart and put down good laps. And he was, like I said, he was just super smart and calculated rider. The competitor in you, would it be safe to say that you didn't like him, you maybe on the verge of hated him, the competitor side of you? Nah, I mean, I don't really hate anybody. I mean, racing's racing. We grew up with the sprint cars, and like those people, they don't really talk to you. They're all top secret, and that's why I really enjoyed the GNCC. Like, it's a big family effort, but obviously when we get on the track, we want to beat each other, but never really like enemies or anything like that. So no, I mean, he was kind of to himself, but yeah, definitely wanted to beat him. Looking back on it now, I mean, if I ask you, what's your take on Bill Balance? What do you think about Bill Balance? I mean, you're older, you've had some time to mature, you've gone through a lot more since those days. So what, I mean, looking back on it all now, what's your take? Good dude. I mean, he was smart, like I said, smart. He knew the game, knew how to race. He put his heart into it, and it kind of stinks that he's gone. I mean, obviously it'd been kind of cool for him around, but I mean, obviously everybody gets old and they got families and move on. But no, he was a good competitor, so I give him props for that, and I was glad I was able to race him and get a couple wins from him and all that. Looking back on it now, I know that Walker was kind of like the guy that came up and was able to catch you at the end of your championship run and be the one to beat you. But you had a lot of challengers in between. Talk a little bit about those 6 championships and before Walker's presence became a factor. Yeah, I mean, we, like you said, the Killer Bees, Chris Bithell, he was a tough one. I always said to my wife that he would have been one of the guys that would have beat me when he went on to the Suzuki. If he would have trained a little harder and maybe figured a couple little things out, because he had the raw speed to smoke anybody on a good day. So I had him pegging me. He'd be a tough competitor. I mean, you got McGill. He's been tough. I think it was the first year on his KTM, he mopped us up pretty good, and then we just had to figure things out and go from there. Trying to think who else. Taylor Kaiser gave you? Taylor Kaiser. He was a tough one. He gave us some good runs. I don't even know. I just know McGill, Bithell, Kaiser. There's probably a few other ones in there, but throughout the year, I mean, we did our homework when we were winning there. Like I said, we won a lot of races throughout the season, and it was one of those things when you're firing on all cylinders, it's hard to beat you. And I mean, if I wanted to say, hey, I want to break down this race, it wouldn't happen. So we were just that prepared. Mentally, physically, just doing the bikes, just all prepared to go to war and go win races. Do you approach races differently today than you did then? I mean, the times have changed a little bit. Obviously, me working on my own stuff takes a lot away from trying to train, but I try to do as much as I can still as far as riding and training. Still try to go for runs and cycles and do it and ride, but it was definitely different a little bit. So, but we try to make the best of it, try to put the work in, and represent our sponsors to the best that we can. And like I said, Walker right now, he's he's firing on all cylinders. I mean, he's got the program. He's been on the bike for a while. He's got everything squared away. Suspension, the motor, just like I said, everything's clicking for him. So once we get there, I know we can beat him.
And that's going to be my next. But you've been where Walker is on that level where all cylinders are firing, and it seems like you're almost untouchable, man.
Yep.
So you know and believe that it's coming, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. As soon as we get this stuff, little stuff figured out, we'll be good. Like I said, 37, but definitely don't feel that old. Not scared to go fast. Not scared to hit anything. Not scared to wreck. Like none of that stuff worries me. It's just getting the proper setup and having the machine where I want it and feeling comfortable, and we'll send it.
I like that. I do. I love that. When it is all finally over, whenever that may be, when you look back, what do you want to be able to say to yourself about it all?
Just that I had fun. I enjoyed myself. Like I said, I never really got into it for the most wins or the most championships. I just got into it because my family, my mom, dad, now my wife, my daughter, like I just enjoy competition, enjoy racing. So that's why I do it. Like I said, if I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't be here. So we're still having fun.
I know you're a humble person. You try not to think about probably what other people think about you, and you probably don't think about the legacy that you leave behind and the legend that you leave behind. But when you are gone and you step away and you're not around the track anymore and your name comes up, what is it that you hope people remember most about you?
It's hard to say. I mean, I don't know. Never really thought of it. Just know I was just a badass. Just go out there and grind it and never quit. Just keep moving forward and go from there.
That's Chris Borich. This is